On May 30th, peaceful protest against police brutality turned into what city leaders described today as chaos. And News 5's Scott Knoll explains they admit they made mistakes in that response.
Vandalism, looting, lawlessness. The city's 50-page after-action report examining the May 30th riots paints a picture of a police force initially overwhelmed by what was happening.
May 30th was a learning experience for the members of public safety.
Police admitted mistakes were made in the planning leading up to the violence that erupted downtown. Police Chief Calvin Williams says the department relied on a combination of past protests and intelligence they received to figure out how to staff for the planned protest. But in the end, Williams says it wasn't enough.
Before the protest even started, we would have had to have every single police officer detailed downtown from the beginning. And that's the only way there would have been even close to a different outcome of what happened on May 30th.
But Williams admitted sending 1,600 officers downtown wasn't realistic. The rest of the city needed policing too. And even then, he doubts downtown businesses would have escaped damage-free, or that officers wouldn't have needed to use force against demonstrators. To date, he says 19 complaints have been filed against officers for their actions that day. 4 of those complaints sent to the prosecutor's office to review for possible charges against the officer involved. But Williams says lessons were learned.
One of the mistakes that we made as a division is the staging of assets. Police personnel, not just around the Justice Center and Lakeside itself, but in different places downtown in the event that things became mobile, which they did. That was a mistake on our part. That's a mistake that we will never make again.
But despite the mistakes, Williams praised his officers, many of whom, according to the report, did not have properly fitting protective gear, hadn't been trained how to use gas masks, and faced a shortage of riot gear.
For what went on that day and what the officers were faced with, being attacked, I think our officers did a very good job.
That was Scott Knoll reporting.